Hey guys, it's Sarah and I am about to get started on Annabelle's album here. So I'm going to be transferring this 8x8 album over into an 8.5x11 album. So I will be mostly transferring the 8x8 layouts and putting them just on a bigger platform here. So I will be, adding to them obviously. And some of them I'm going to be adding some more embellishing. Not quite all of them. Some of them I really like the way they are. I just need to add like a background to it in the 8.5x11 size, or maybe I'll just add like washi tape or, just something small like that. But this should go fairly quickly, I think. Annabelle doesn't have a ton in here. So as you can see, I only have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. She only has 13 layouts as of right now. I do have more pictures of her to scrap, so I may go ahead and add those in here at the end as well. After I'm done transferring them, I'll probably do some of the layouts that I have pictures printed that will go into this album as well at the end. But I'm going to try to do a couple of layouts per video just because many of them I'm not going to need to do too much. I'm not going to be redoing all of them. So they should go fairly quickly. So hopefully I can do more than one layout per video so it goes a little bit faster, just because I'm not going to have a ton of work to actually transfer this over. The hard part is trying to find the papers to go with them, because my first one is going to be this one, which is her little intro. That's one of the first pictures we took of her right after we got her. And I had the hardest time finding paper to go with this, just because these colors are very specific, and there's blues and reds and greens in here. I did decide on this blue polka dot, so I'll cut this into an 8.5x11. It's still not like exactly my favorite, but I literally went through every piece of paper that I own trying to find something that was going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this, and then I'll embellish it a little bit as well. I'm definitely going to add to this here. I'll keep everything that's on here already, but I will definitely add to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is obviously cut down my paper here, and I'm going to cut it down to 8.5x11. And then as I put my layout on top of it, I realized that that is actually 8.5 inches wide. And I'm double checking it with my ruler here just to make sure I did it right when I cut the paper, and I did. So I don't want it to go directly to the edges, so I'm just going to cut off a little bit from each side here on the original layout, just so that I can have that blue poking out on all 4 sides there. So I just like that a little bit better. And now I'm going to pull out my little kit here that I have all of my dog stuff in, and I put it in one of those iris containers with one of the little trays in it as well. So I'm just going to go through and see what I want to use here. I have that little die cut there that says "What a Good Dog," and the colors go nicely on it. I am going to pull in a little bit of yellow as well. I don't think there's any yellow on it originally, a little bit in that heart, but I'm going to pull some yellow here to give it a little bit more of a pop of color. So I'm just going to clean up the edges here because there was a little bit of brown around the edges, and I didn't want that. So I'm going to put that there, kind of overlapping the picture. And then I'm going to use some washi tape, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And this is just a piece of red washi tape that has a little bit of brown stripe in it. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom and some on the top as well, and that's going to use up all of that washi tape that's on that tag. And that is washi tape that someone had sent me a while ago, so I'm just trying to start using that kind of stuff. So I go ahead and use up the rest of this color. And then I will go ahead and stick my original layout down. I'm going to go ahead and put this die cut down here too, and I'm just going to overlap the picture a little bit, and then I'm going to add this little heart that says "Perfect Pup" and put that there. And then I have this little love banner that I'm going to stick at the top as well, and this one had a hard time coming off. It kept ripping, so that was not very fun. I have to put a little extra adhesive on the back because I was afraid it wasn't going to stick very well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down up here towards the top. And then I have this little sticker here that says "My dog is my heart." So I'm going to put that there as well. And I'm just kind of looking at my stickers here to see if there's anything else that's jumping out at me. And there is this little yellow dog bowl that I'm going to go ahead and put up there too. It's like a label almost, so that just adds another pop of yellow at the top there. And then I'm going to cover up this word Annabelle on this heart because I want to actually do her name in some letter stickers. So I'm going to take this little bag of tags that are dog themed. I have no clue where I got those. But I'm going to go ahead and just use a different one to kind of cover up and layer above the heart there. And I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling on that instead. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of pen to use because I'm pretty positive this little Stettler here is not going to stick onto the surface of it because it's a little bit shiny. So I'm going to test it out on the heart where I know it's going to be covered up. And as soon as I write on it, I know that it's going to smear. So I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. Originally, I did use a regular Sharpie on it for the Annabelle, and that actually worked. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a regular thick Sharpie. And I'm going to write, "This girl has my whole heart" on here with a little heart. And I'm going to let that dry and then figure out what else I want to do on this layout here. So I'm thinking about how I want to put her name because I want her name on it. Obviously, this is the introduction page. So I'm going to look through some of my little tiny letter stickers here, and I'm going to go with these mini markets in peppermint from October Afternoon, and I'm just making sure I have all of the letters. And I do, so I'm going to spell her name in the capital letters here. So I'm just going to write Annabelle. And then I'm going to just kind of keep looking through my stuff. I have this little paw print on a brown heart, and that'll help bring in some of the brown from the washi tape. And that is good to go right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of layer that over my heart and over the name, so it's a little bit of a layered piece there. And then that's going to complete this first layout here. I'm just taking one last look, but I'm pretty happy with that. I don't really need to do too much more to it. So I'm going to go to the next page, which is this one here. And this one is about the day we found her, actually. So Annabelle is a rescue dog. And when we moved to San Antonio, we knew we wanted to get another dog. Brody was 5 years old at the time, I think. And we had just had Kaylin. I think Kaylin was like 6 months old, maybe. And so we moved to San Antonio and just knew we wanted to get another dog. So we started looking. I knew I wanted a boxer. And so we found a boxer rescue that, rescued boxers and you could adopt them. So we, did some research and then we went out and to see some of the dogs. We actually went to go see another boxer. And ironically, her name was Layla, which is my second daughter's name. But she was very, very hyper, like would not calm down and kind of scared us a little bit, especially Kaylin, since she was so young. So Annabelle was the first dog that we saw. And she was so calm and so perfect, and she sat down right next to us and was like, "Are we going to get in the car and go home or what?" So it was almost like she knew that it was going to be us taking her home, and we did. So this was our first day meeting her. It did take a couple days, to get all the paperwork and, all that stuff done. So we didn't take her home exactly that day, but that's the first day. No, actually we did. We did take her home that day. It just took a couple of days, for everything to be finalized, but she did go home with us. That's right. Okay, so what I'm doing, I inked the edges of the original layout, and then I added a couple stickers. One says "We belong together," and I put that underneath the picture, and then "Follow your heart," because it really felt like she knew, as soon as she saw us, she knew that we were going to take her home. And then I used these snap alphabet stickers to spell out "Welcome home" along the bottom of Lucky Dog, and then "You are the best." All that came from that sticker sheet. And I'm going to add a couple more stickers here from this Daily Flash, a little wood grain heart, and then some wood grain arrows as well. And that is the day that we brought her home, like I said, November 3rd. So that's the day that we celebrate her birthday. The vet estimated she was about a year old. So since she's a stray, we have no idea exactly what day she was born on. But November 3rd is the day that we celebrate her birthday because that's when she came home to live with us. So that's kind of her origin story and how we got her and found her and brought her home. So that's going to complete this little section here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.